Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Indeed, a brand new day. It is for me to look down into the notification area of my Windows 10 install, 7:07 a.m. I've wanted to start at 6:30 for the past year, and instead, it is Friday, the 29th of December. Now, on a sad note, and a hopefully happy note, but probably a sad note, little Squeak Jr. is still with us. She's wobbly. She's falling over when she runs. She doesn't run all that fast, but she's still alive. She has wet tail pretty bad. I, just now, went onto Amazon and I ordered some wet tail drops that they have. These are the things that I was trying to get over the counter in person here or in Olympia, and they haven't had it anywhere. So, if she's going to still be alive, tomorrow it should be arriving at my post office box with the wet tail treatment. If she is still alive, I will be able to treat her and maybe she will still live. Maybe. If the damage to her kidneys isn't too bad. If it's too late for her and she is going to perish anyway, then at least I will have some treatment for the future for all the rest of my hamsters. So that's a good thing. I hold my hands up and I gesture with my hands a lot for a couple reasons. One of them is I've just always done that. I've always talked with my hands my entire life, so nothing has changed. But the other reason that I do it is your brain loves the flow of information. And when you're doing things with your hands, when you're stretching your arms out, you're getting information to your brain. And your brain loves information. So stretching my arms out, my brain feels what's going on. And it loves the flow of input. It loves what's going on here with my fingers. And that's the thing, especially with this hand. Like 2 years ago, this hand was dead. I had abraded my radial nerve in half. It was like taking a rope and rubbing it on a sharp rock until it just went spunk and split. My motor nerves were dead, did not connect. I had separated them, and so my hand was dead. The only thing that I could do was bring it in a little bit this way, a little bit this way, and that was it. Muscle tone and gravity had to pull my fingers back outward. That was it. For over a year, it was dead. But nerves grow back. And so my brain especially loves the flow of input from these damaged nerves. So it's a good thing. I always have to stretch the muscles because I'm not getting full input from my my motor and sensory nerves. So I have to stretch my arm out this way, because these muscles here just contract and tighten up all the time, try to pull my hand inward. So I have to push and stretch, or it's going to contract this direction. Yay. But at least I'm able to work around it, and it's still getting better. It's only like a 10% deficit now. It used to be a 20% deficit. It was clumsy as all heck. I've gotten a whole lot better with this hand. So even if you abrade a nerve, we can't do a thing about spinal nerves yet, but the nerves in the rest of our body do grow back at the rate of about 1 millimeter a month. Oh, my tummy. I went and drank some stuff this morning, and my stomach is just always upset when the first thing I drink or eat, it just doesn't like stuff. So thumbs up on that. Now, I did see my therapist yesterday, and he really did. He rubbed in, well, not rubbed in, but went and told me several things about what therapists worry about and see. He was a big-time therapist over on East Coast. I mean, he's a young guy, not in his 20s, he's probably late 30s, but he was a recognized anti-suicide therapist who was recognized for having been doing so much good over on the East Coast. And now he's moved over here. So he's done a lot of stuff and he knows a lot of things, and that's really, really good. But I was talking about my life, and he was mentioning my channel. I was talking about my channel. And how I said, yeah, I've had people that have told me in comments or in like postcards where it was said, thank you You have kept me going on a daily basis. I had thought about doing some harm to myself, but watching you, I haven't. Now, the reason that he thought that this was so important, and he really did, he thought this was very, very important, is people identify with people. People identify with celebrities, they identify with people that they watch and see because they go, oh, this person has parallels with my life, and so they can identify. And if a celebrity commits suicide, that form of suicide takes a spike. Now, there's not an extra spike in suicides, no. The suicide rate stays the same, but the spike in that form of suicide goes up. Yeah, because it's a spike. And so that form of suicide, because people identify with the person, they go, gosh, that person fit my life. This is what they did. They took their life. This is my life. I need to do that too. And so they do, because they can't see any other way out. And he was saying, I can guarantee that you are saving lives, because people are watching me and the horrible, horrible stuff that has happened in my life. I mean, my life has not been good. It has been bad. And then on top of that, my wife has died, and I've been being crushed in here under not good circumstances. But I'm a sewer rat, and I continue to survive on a day-by-day basis. And he said that right there is something. The idea of contagion, because that's a big thing. It spreads. Contagion, the idea of contagion. And so contagion by when a celebrity kills themselves, the contagion of the type spreads among those who identify, and then there's a spike in that form of suicide. The opposite is also true, because I keep soldiering on day after day after day. Every day. I should have given up a long time ago. I should have died. But I'm not going to give up. And he was pointing out that that shows to all these people out there who identify with what my situation is, that there is an alternative. You don't have to choose death. You can choose life. And that I, by just soldiering on, try to get centered, that by just soldiering on a day-by-day basis, I'm showing that it can be done. And you don't have to choose death. Because I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm a sewer rat. I've survived this long. I'm going to continue surviving. I may not survive in happy, friendly circumstances, but I will survive. I've managed it this long under really dire circumstances. I mean, I've tried to kill myself pretty hard through my alcoholism. I have been sober since 2K, a very good thing. But over 23 plus years, and I had reason to drink. I mean, it wasn't just random stuff. I mean, I started drinking as a child because of both the physical abuse. My grandfather did not know how to deal with children. And he did not know how to deal with kids, and he didn't know how to deal with boys. He had 3 daughters. And he dealt with them mostly by not dealing with them and letting his wife deal with the kids. He dealt with me through his belt. And that's the way we communicated. I would do something, and he would beat me with his belt. With very, very, strong arms, and he was wailing with that belt. And that was his form of communication. And so I got beat a lot for any and all reasons. It was unfortunate, but that's life. I started drinking at about 10 years old, going into my parents' liquor cabinet because they asked me to make drinks for them. It was a different time back then, so I'd mix drinks for them and bring them their drinks. And then at night, I would drink to kill my own pain. I also had to deal with all sorts of sexual abuse, and that was fun. Both because of the times when I grew up were bad. We talk about kids having it bad now. This is like a utopia. Back in the 60s when I grew up, the statistics of murder, well, not suicide, but murder, kidnapping, all these horrible things against kids were sky high. All just whoosh. It was terrible. And that's when I grew up. And yeah, so the kids in the neighborhood were acting out because they were abused by their parents, and they were acting out in the only way they knew how. So I got sexual abuse from the neighborhood kids, and my mother, that's much better. My mother had married her second husband, the guy who gave me my last name. I like the last name that I've got. I'm glad the man died, but I got mass sexual abuse from him. So yeah, I drank for a whole bunch of reasons, and then my wife died after I almost died, and my alcoholism. It's not been good, but by golly, by gum, I'm not going to quit. I keep soldiering on, and I'm going to keep soldiering on until the very day that I die, and let me tell you, that's going to be some decades from now. It's going to be a while. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere, and he stressed and pointed out that that is a really, 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 really good thing. And so definite thumbs up. I am glad to help out as many of you as I can. I will continue soldiering on. I will continue surviving. I will continue showing you that you can survive. And that right there is a very, very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. Now, what I do want to show, I've got, come on little guy, I have my bin cages here. Well, one of them next to me. Little Squeak Jr. has her bin cage way over to the side. I've just got this little guy. Now, he's got some unfortunate stuff that's healing up, thank goodness. But underneath his ears is where his fur got pulled out. So I had to clip it. But it was pulled out by his wheel. The axle caught his fur and it pulled it out. And so he's got underneath his ears these little abscesses that are still healing. Poor little guy. And he's tired. And I'm getting bedding all over my keyboard. But he's tired. He's sleepy. I just woke him up. This is Bobo Jr. He is a dust mop. He is older. And so that's largely his undercoating that you see here. And it is massive. It's huge. But I went and clipped it so that it wouldn't get caught in his wheel. So he's a good little guy. This is Bobo Jr. He actually had a bad spot about 6-7 months ago. He lost 95% of his fur. He looked like a naked mole rat. But I put him off to the side, took him out of rotation. Here we go, little guy. And his fur grew back. So now I'm covering him back up. One of the things that my housemates did, they went and bought some crickets for the hamsters. And inside of his cage, he still has a cricket running around. Some of my cages, there are still crickets inside of them. Because the hamsters didn't realize that there's a cricket in there, and so they're sharing their cage with a cricket. And eventually they're going to find it, kill it, and eat it. Because hamsters love crickets. We buy crickets for them periodically because they love them. They're really, really good for them. Hamsters are high protein. Crickets are high protein, and they're really good for it. In fact, insects are really good for everybody to eat. I mean, 80% of the world's population includes insects on purpose as a part of their diet, and that's a really good idea. I mean, there are so many insects in the world that you can't even make a dent if we started killing them and eating them. There's an infinite amount. And I have seen videos of like these people, there was clouds of gnats. They just sent the kids out with nets. They went through the clouds of gnats. They got the nets filled up. The parents just grabbed the insects, smushed them up into black patties, made actual patties out of them, and then just cooked them up on a grill, and then everybody had bug burgers. Yeah, it's not something I would do on purpose, but it's definitely a lifesaver, and so it's good because of that. I don't want to eat bugs on purpose. I know it's a good idea. I even advocated it just now, but ugh? What can I say? I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, like I say, it showed these people that they all had chow. They all got to eat because just clouds of gnats. And whoop, 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 capture them, smush them up, cook them up, eat it, and it's good. It's good for you. But ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh. And I know there's places just over the border in Mexico where you can just go and there's bugs on display in cases. You can order X amount of bug and you just like smush them up and then you put the paste on stuff. Ugh. Now what I've done is I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. Now, I'm not reading the comments now. I'm going to read them afterward. For right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We are terrible at names. I'm better than most, but still. So first off, we have Epic Blaze. Thank you very, very much. Lonely Beetle. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Ninja CY3, thank you so very much. Mimi, M-E-M-E-Y, and then J space W, thank you very, very much. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Vex IE, thank you, greatly appreciated. And MKW, thumbs up, thank you very much. Satan Slapcat, ooh, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Static Aster, thank you very, very much. Halloween Socks, heck of a name, son of a gun. Bandang Wow, thank you very, very much. Oliver Brizendine, greatly appreciated. Michael B, thank you very, very much. Chloe Lambert, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. And then stop right there. My name Jeff, haha. Heck of a name, son of a gun, thank you. Gaming with Purge Anarchy, thank you very, very much. Nacho Boy Plays, son of a gun. Dave Watson, thank you very, very much. Jesse Zimmerman, thank you, greatly appreciate it. And then Kanksu Hub, I think, thank you very, very much. Abigail M, thank you, greatly appreciated. Rodolfo Tardin, that's a 2, not a 1, thank you very, very much. King Wani, W-A-N-I, thank you very, very much. Chocolate Kun, heck of a name, thank you very much. And then last but not least, Gameoland 1998, thank you so very, very much. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, thank you so very much. Again, I didn't read the comments, whether it was a good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. I've seen a lot of comments of late where people have said like, you're just talking over the video, you should shut the fuck up, you old man, stuff like that. And it's like, well, you know, I show you in the beginning of the video what I'm going to do in each one of them. If you don't pay attention to that, the close button's right up there. You can leave. Not a problem. So there's a lot of stuff like that, but a lot of the community's been jumping in and saying things like, you know, why don't you watch the beginning? Duh. So thank you all very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. Out of my head, into the world. Dealing with life. I'm clinically depressed. I have bipolar disorder. My wife died 3 years ago. Her cat committed suicide 6 months after that. I use you. Thank you so much for helping to keep me alive. YouTube, you kept me alive, and it is a good thing. Every single one of you. Thumbs up for that. If you could check out my links, I got like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like any one of these beautiful, wonderful, awesome people, that would be very cool. I do need as much money as I can get until I can get out of here. I'm fighting a losing battle. One day I'm getting out of here. Soon. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes, deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate it, and I overuse the word appreciate a lot. Have you noticed? I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that's what I was going to say, that would be very awesome. My body twists in weird angles, so I'll have my chair like this, and it's like, yeah, I'm facing forward. Well, no, not until I do that. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool, but my personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life, so if you didn't want to subscribe, I would understand. I would. But if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now to the literal, well, end of my time anyway. I mean, I got about 20 years left, realistically. I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now to the end of time. And speaking of which, I got a reaction video coming up on this channel, got a game video coming up. If I don't fall asleep, got a game video from my game channel. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. And remember, there is a bus out there with your name on it. Just avoid that bus. Don't die. Don't die by the bus, please.